Oops. 3, 2, 1. Eyes open. Episode number 200 and hold on, let me get the white background from the Google. All you gotta do is go to Google, and then bam, you got some light. Cause sometimes you don't want to have the light on during the day if it's mad warm, if it's mad hot. You feel what I'm saying? And the AC's not on all crazy. It's a fan day. It's not an AC day right now. You see what jersey this is? Well, you can't see the number because a bunch of people have been talking about this, but Cousin Gary, aka hashtag Russ Gang, asked me if Greek if wins the championship, that whole beef or whatever with Hard Times is over, right? I got a question. I got an answer to that, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the NBA Finals matchup. What happened in the Western Conference Finals? What happened in the Eastern Conference Finals? Predictions for the finals. And I'm ready to see some good finals, a good finals matchup. Either Cliff is going to win the ring, I want Cliff to win the ring. I do, I really do. But I don't know if they can beat the Bucks. I really don't know. We will see, but it's not because of Greek. I'll just let you in on that now. If you've been listening to the podcast, then you know it's not because of number 30. What number is he? Number 34 for Milwaukee, from Africa, but he tell people he's from Greece. It's not because of him. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just not. But I'll explain everything. Everything will get explained. In the meantime, or before we get started, make sure that, because what I was gonna say is I'm ready for the draft and for summer league and for all those type of festivities. That's for real. That's like my second favorite part of the NBA, like of the whole NBA. I don't want to say season because it is a part of the season. The draft, the lottery, then the draft, then the regular season. No, preseason, then regular season, then playoffs, then finals, and then so it's all part of the whole thing, and I'm excited for that. And it's only you got to wait till the finals before it starts. So, whatever. But before we get any further, make sure that you rate and review on the iTunes podcast app. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing to leave 5 stars, write a little review. Because when we level up when we rate and review, we level up the podcast, and more people see it, and then sponsors come through. And if we get crazy sponsors and we get the podcast leveled up and it rises in the rankings on the app, on the iTunes podcast store, then we'll do an episode every day. Why not? We'll find something to talk about, just like Jalen and Jacoby and you name it. We'll just start making up lists like these writers do. Which the list out Bill Simmons, he has like a pyramid or something like that, right? Where he's like, if Chris Paul, if they win the championship, he's gonna move up to the where did he say he would be? On like top 30 or something like that. You should have heard the people he had in front of Chris Paul. I'm sorry, Bob Cousy, Jerry West. These people are not better than they're not top 30 players, in my opinion. I mean, I'm entitled to my opinion, just like you are entitled to yours. But we gotta have a reality check here. What would Bob Cousy do right now if he was in this current NBA? How many points would he average? How many rings would he win? Jerry West, he couldn't even win rings back then. They had to have Wilt, and they only won one. He used to lose in the finals all the time. It's ridiculous, but just rate and review and follow the shop as well as the podcast on all social media at Shop Heirlooms, ShopHeirlooms. And if you're watching on the YouTube, because you know the podcast is live, it's streaming live on Periscope, on Twitter, streaming live on YouTube. Look at the chat. Let me click and see if anybody in the chat. Knicks always in the lottery. That's why you watch it. Oh, you see the energy? I think that's Mir. The Knicks are always in the lottery, but the Lakers were in the lottery. And when LeBron James and Anthony, because LeBron about to be done, Anthony Davis already done. what is going to happen to the Lakers. Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma. The Lakers were living in the lottery, embarrassing Kobe. Kobe will have to walk away from the games with his family at halftime or at the start of the third quarter. Like, this is embarrassing. I'm not here to see no product like this. I'm out of here. This is the type of stuff that the Lakers were doing before LeBron chose them and saved them. And he didn't help them this year. They got out of there and win. How many games I think the Lakers lasted like 5 or something to Denver. I don't even remember who they lost to, but please, the Lakers are finished. Nobody's going there. LeBron, AD can't stay healthy. Bron's still going ill during the regular season or something, but it's over. It's over for all that. The Lakers definitely will not be better than the Knicks, and the Lakers will not get DeRozan. Why would he go there for? For what? What would he go there? He can't get no bag from the Lakers. This is DeRozan's last chance to get a bag. He going somewhere to get paid. And why would he go to the Lakers? The Lakers were not going to win the championship this year. The Lakers are not better than the Clippers. They ain't share the same building, and they're not better than them. But as you can see, we stream live, so make sure you follow the podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. I said follow. Subscribe on YouTube and make sure y'all like the videos and all that, and then you could be a part of the chat. So you got Twitter, YouTube. Facebook is not working, but I don't want the people on the Facebook to watch this anyway. That's just, old heads. He ring chase. He from LA. He used to work out with LA. He's not going back to the Lakers. He's not going back to LA. It's no way. He can't get paid. He's gonna get. This is his last chance to get a max. Lakers don't have no room for him. It's over. Lakers are done. It's over. Unless Bron, I don't know how Bron gonna do it. Bron gotta. Unless Bron is still Bron, which he didn't look like Bron again. He didn't have one of them playoffs. It's over. I'm sorry. It's over. Sorry to break it to you. But let's get the sponsors out the way so we can start this episode, because I really want to talk about this final stuff. I really want to tell y'all, because that question was a valid question. Oh, if Greek win this championship now, this, that, and the third, what's gonna happen with the feud? I really want to answer this question, so I'm gonna answer it. I'm just saying, you see what Jersey this is. That's all I'm gonna say. That should help you know. That should help you understand where I'm gonna go with my answer. That's all. Or my explanation to that question, or answer to that question. But sponsors. This podcast is sponsored by Shop Heirlooms, Premier Vintage Goods and Memorabilia. You can follow the shop as well as the podcast on all social media at Shop Heirlooms, ShopHeirlooms. Still plenty wave here. It's still the middle of the summer. You got July and you got August. I know. Last summer, you had to stay in the house. You was scared of the Ronski. Now you probably got the shot, you heard. Or you just ready to take the mask off and you don't care. And if you living like that, you got to have the gear to match, to match your energy. You got to go outside looking like you want to be there. You feel what I'm saying? So why not come pull up to the shop, come get some wave. If you can't make it down to the shop, you can always hit the website, www.shopheirlooms.store. Next day shipping on every order, unless you order on Saturday. Post office closed on Sunday, so you got to wait till Monday. It's very simple. It's all simple math every time. But that's it. Let's play the intro music. This is the 201. So somebody with number 1. It's mad people with the number 1. I think I did Penny last time. I'm gonna do T-Mac. This is the T-Mac episode, you heard. So this is the T-Mac episode intro music, so we can really start talking about this playoff stuff. Intro music right here. Whoa.
I used to roll me a big fine L and watch a whole lot of basketball and Soundcloud. Aside from my fish scale clientele, there are a few things I know as well as basketball and Soundcloud. 40 carats, phrases, 40 parrots. Mimic the style, you get embarrassed. Ditch the filthy habits. In a limousine, every limousine covered in some fine fabrics. Still wreaking havoc for them cash that will rob you for your pack. Back when Robert Pack was a maverick who had chicks to give wavy wop. It's not trading cards when I say your shorty gave me tops. Teeth look like chiclets, big and white like Rick Smith's. I'm at my Travis best. The rest is average at best, and this that land bias in its purest form. Word is Bon Jovi, word is Sean. If you don't recognize it, you'll respond. Catch a bigger bullet than George Marathon. Ric Flair with the chops, and they thought he's gonna flop. Finally back on the top. I already made it to the finals playing with Sagana Job.
One day I'm gonna play the whole thing. Shout out to Drew for letting me use that song to be the official anthem for the podcast. Okay. Now, let's remember some things right here. Let's go through some things. Game 7 versus the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant got 40 or 50 or something like that. He's wilding like he did all the rest of the games, right? Who's the one hitting the shots to get them out of that? Because it was going to be bad. Who's the one hitting shots for Milwaukee? Anybody remember? Drew Holiday, right? Basketball is a team sport. We know this. It's a team sport. Everybody, you got it. I mean, you need a team to do anything, especially to advance in the playoffs. You got to have a solid team, and you got players, that are your go-to players, your go-to guys. Unless you're a team like the Pistons, but even they had a go-to guy on offense. Chauncey, everything was just through Chauncey. Chauncey made everything happen. Rip got his. She got his. Tayshaun Prince just, ran the floor. Did his thing, but Chauncey was the offense for them. Every team you go down, you could think of somebody who's the offense. You know what? And don't forget this. Greek goes down. What? I forgot what game that was. The Hawks. If Trae Young didn't step on the left foot and mess his ankle up, the Hawks might have messed around and won. If Trae Young was full speed, he wasn't healthy anymore. He was up there. He couldn't move like how he moves, which was unfortunate for them. And I think give the Knicks credit. They beat us in 5, but the games were low scoring and we had chances to. If Julius was playing like Julius, we would have beat them for real. If Julius just was Julius, we really would have beaten them. I'm telling you, we would have. I know 110% that we would have. But whatever. But for them to get this far, they beat up on the Sixers. They won games they won without Trae Young. And Greek gets hurt, right? They still win that series. Now, what team do you know can have their supposed to be the star player? Let Hard Times on the Rockets. Let him get hurt in the playoffs. Would the Rockets have won a series, especially a series to get to the Western Conference Finals? To get to the NBA Finals. In the Western Conference Finals, Hard Times get hurt. That, to me, shows that Middleton, Drew, those the real hitters on the team. Something I always say, Greek get his number because he's a freak. Pause. They call him the Greek freak for a reason. He's 7 feet tall, agile, this, that, and the third. Not skilled, but just more agile than the people that are guarding him. It's nothing you could do about it. But when it's the fourth quarter time, it's time to sit down, time to get buckets, time to make things happen. He can't do it for you. He just can't because he don't have that. He don't. But Middleton and Drew dominated the Hawks. So the Hawks had no chance of winning, and they get to the finals without Greek even playing. So when you ask me, okay, the feud would be over if Greek get him a title? No. Because he's not the reason why they're going to win a title. Because I think they're going to beat the Suns. And he's probably going to come back. And he's going to do what he can. I really don't know who's going to win this. I have no idea who's going to win this championship. I really don't. We'll talk about that. But what I do know is that y'all need to stop being disrespectful. Stop asking questions like that when the man they got to the finals without him. And you asking me if Hard Times, please stop, okay? Let's just stop, people, for real. Now, the Clippers, sad case. I don't know what's going to happen with Kawhi Leonard. Is he going to stay there? Kawhi, you can't put him on the list of, best, this, that. Because when is he ever available? Availability is the most important thing, and he's never available. Paul George, way off P. He's not a number one guy, but this is something that we already knew. He played better this playoffs, but you can't expect him to be a number one guy. He's not Luka. He's not Bron. He's not one of those. And it's okay. It's nothing that can be said. It's nothing wrong with that. But this journey, Chris Paul, that last game, seeing Chris Paul go crazy, he was cooking them people up. Beverly had to push him. He was going insane. A question that a lot of people want to know or have is, why couldn't you stay healthy and do this in LA with the Clippers? In Houston, when y'all had the Warriors on the ropes, where was this? Cliff always used to get hurt. Deronski, he couldn't play for like the first two. I thought it was over. I said, yo, this dude is just jinxed. But they won, and he looked like he back in rhythm now. If he could carry this into the finals, because Drew Holiday is going to be in his shorts. Pause. You know that's what Drew Holiday is all about. So I can't wait to see this. That's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a good series. Devin Booker is going to have to play better because Beverly was in his shorts. Pause. It's going to be exciting to see. But I'm happy for Cliff. I really wish that the Knicks would have got him. I really wish we would have just said, you know what, Pam, let's get Cliff. But we didn't. Whatever. I know we probably would have been, oh man. I don't know what this is. I just got a message. But I saw a post on the gram. On Facebook. Facebook, you always gonna see stuff that's just like mind-boggling sometimes. Twitter too, but somebody I'm not gonna name says, "Oh, we see who the problem was in LA and who the problem in Houston was. It wasn't Chris Paul, right?" And I asked a simple question. I said, "Why?" I said, "Why do you say that? Cliff wasn't even available to play. So how can you say hard times was the problem or that such and such was the problem with the Clippers if he wasn't even available?" And then the answers are just never what we're talking about. Just a horrible take. Horrible takes. Y'all know hard times is my man. A women's national team versus Mexico. I thought it was the men. I'll say that's a game to see. But people love to talk about number 13 and say and shift blame to him and this, that, and the third. Y'all gotta wake up and be realistic sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And we'll just leave it at that. But so for the finals, looking at the matchups, you got Cliff and Drew, Middleton and whoever is gonna try to deal with Booker, Mikal Bridges, Ayton versus Brook Lopez. Brook is gonna make Ayton have to step out and guard because you know Brook can hit the three. I don't know who's going to deal with Greek. I guess Jay Crowder going to have to deal with him. But, well, you know what? The Heat beat the Bucks in the bubble playoffs. And Jay Crowder was there. And Jay Crowder, I guess he must have did a good job defending Greek. I don't remember that series. Did they sweep him? No, I don't think they swept him. But I know the Heat got swept this year by the Bucks. I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. And then you got Drew, you got Clay playing. Not Clay, Middleton playing good. They said that Greek, his ACL and everything was intact. It was just a sprain, and they said he's working out right now in front of people, and he might be ready. The first game is gonna let us know everything. I got to see the first game and see how the series is gonna go. But I can see it. I can see if Cliff could just live, and you need Mikal Bridges to play well. You need Cam Johnson to play well. Everybody has to play well. The Bucks just really need Middleton and Drew to keep doing what they do. And if Greek is there, he's going to do what he does. I see the Bucks winning in like 5 or 6 or maybe 6 if Greek is playing from the first joint. But I wouldn't be surprised if his Suns in 7. I really wouldn't be surprised. It seems like it's going to be a back and forth series. Or the Suns could just could wash them up. That could happen as well. we will see after the first game tomorrow. I really am looking forward to that. I'm excited. I can't wait. And I think that's it. There's not really much else to talk about. Well, the draft is coming up. We're gonna talk about that. Let's look at the Jason Burke tweet of the week before we go anywhere. You know, Jason Burke got some knowledge to drop on cats. Always. Let me look in the chat. Mir was in the chat. We had somebody in the chat today. That's good. Let me see. One of my favorite parts of traveling is shopping for the clothes I'm gonna wear when I get there. I dress in themes for whatever I go. So since I'm going to Phoenix, I'm looking for everything Phoenix Suns, everything Cactus theme, tribal. Who cares? That's the question I got. Let's see what Jason Burke had to say. I do not care if the illegal fireworks are cheap because people are becoming injured and property is being damaged. You could be arrested, and it is hard to use fireworks discreetly because they make noise, smell, and are colorful. Rumors of celebrities having died. I can't right now, Z's. I'm doing the podcast. Rumors of celebrities having died when they did not have to stop, and the latest one is for Biz Markie. Amen. Well, if you made it this far, shout out to you for listening. Shout out to me for keeping you entertained. Episode 201 of the Left Hand Labs podcast, the T-Mac episode. Make sure y'all rate and review on the iTunes podcast app. Subscribe to the YouTube, like the video. Follow the podcast as well as the shop on all social media at Shop Heirlooms, but especially on Twitter though. SHOPHERLOOMS. Till next week, we out of here.